Marbury versus Madison. This court case is really simple, and let's start at the White House. Outgoing President Federalist John Adams is sitting in his office the night before he leaves. He decides that he's going to appoint 58 federal judges at the last minute. Yes, they're all Federalists. He also appoints his former Secretary of State, John Marshall, as his new Supreme Court Chief Justice. Adams appoints William Marbury to be the Chief Judge in the D.C. District Court, but John Marshall never delivered the commissions to him. When new Democratic-Republican President Thomas Jefferson comes into office, he realizes what Adams forgot to do. He told his own Secretary of State, James Madison, to not deliver the paperwork, and they go about their business. In the meantime, William Marbury is sitting waiting for his paperwork to come through. He realizes that the Judiciary Act of 1789 allows the Supreme Court to hear cases like his for the first time, not having to go through a lower court first. Congress passed this law that requires the Supreme Court to hear a case that deals with government officials, writ of mandamus. So Marbury sues Madison. When the court case gets to the Supreme Court, something extremely innovative happens. New Chief Justice John Marshall explains that the Supreme Court does not have the authority to hear cases like his. He said that Congress was going against the Constitution when it tried to change the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. He said that Marbury was entitled to his paperwork, but because the Judiciary Act of 1789 violated the Constitution, the Supreme Court did not have the authority to hear the case first. Instead, it would have to go to a lower court and then up through the chain. He threw out the court case, and Marbury was out of his job. This landmark Supreme Court decision is essential to our government because it created something called judicial review. This is the idea that the Supreme Court has the final authority to rule on acts of Congress, and they can overrule them, claiming that they're unconstitutional. This means that it goes against the Constitution.
Created using Powtoon.